damp end to the second T20I between the India women and the South Africa women that is currently going on at the MH Chidambaram Stadium in the second T20I. After South Africa women had notched up 177, the India women's team were preparing to come out and chase the target down. But unfortunately, just before they could resume their innings, the rain came. It became a steady drizzle, light drizzle, steady drizzle, and then the match was called off as the rain became persistent. So that is why the second T20I has been washed out. South Africa take a 1-0 lead heading into the third match that will be played on 9th. So what does this result mean? It means, unfortunately, that the India women's team cannot win the T20I series, but they can at least hope to draw it on the 9th July game, because the third T20I will happen in Chennai. But at this point, if you look at it, the first T20I loss proved to be very, very costly for them, because now they can't win the series. So that is why 177 by South Africa, it turned out to be a good score, with Tasnim Brits hitting her second consecutive 50. And on top of that, in the last 2 overs, 31 runs were scored by the South Africa women's team. Then if you look at the bowling performances, Arundhati Reddy had a pretty torrid time. Shreyanka Patil bowled well. Deepti Sharma bowled decently. But looking at how the India women's team have performed in the last 2 matches, it is a cause of concern when it comes to their bowling department, ironically. Now, with this washout, it means now that India can't win the series. So that's one big opportunity squandered. Now, why is this series very, very important? Because in 2024, the India women's team have got 2 major events. One is the Asia Cup and the other is the Women's T20 World Cup in Bangladesh. So these 2 events are very, very important for the India women's team heading into the next 4 months. Now, with this game done, and with India women now playing the next game day after tomorrow, this is a very, very important situation that they have to win in Chennai so that they can at least head into the remainder of the 3 months with high confidence. Mandana has been in good form, Jemima has been in good form, but unfortunately there has not been that much of support for them in the coming matches. So that's why Shefali Verma and all will have to really get going. Jemima and Smriti alone cannot manage the entire thing. And that's why Richa Ghosh, who missed this game because of a concussion that she suffered in the previous match, she didn't play. Uma Chetri made her debut at that time. So, for people who are joining us at this point, it is not good news that the India women's team, the second T20I, has been abandoned in Chennai due to persistent rain. The cutoff time for a 5-over game was going to be 10:13 p.m. IST. But with the rain being so persistent, and currently it is 10:05, it would have taken 15 to 20 minutes for the game to have started. The ground staff needed that much of time. The Super Soppers gave up by about 9:55, saying, no, it's persistent enough. We can't finish it before time. The umpires have shook hands, and then they told the players that, yes, the game has been abandoned. And yes, freaking awesome, it is raining still, and that is why they could not continue with the game. Now, the third T20I is also going to be held in Chennai, and we hope that the weather remains clear for that game also, because if that game is washed out, South Africa win the series 1-0, and it will end their tour on a high, considering they were hammered in the ODIs. They got hammered in the test match as well. So not good news for the Indian team. We hope now that weather clears up for the third T20I in Chennai, and that India can level the series, because as mentioned, 2 very important tournaments, Asia Cup and the T20 World Cup, which will be around September, October in Bangladesh. So here's hoping that the India women's team can bounce back and win and at least level the series rather than losing the series. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live. And don't forget, we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Bye-bye.